Welcome to the Introduction to Content Studio. This video will give a brief summary of all the features of the Content Studio software. Follow along on screen or on your own computer as we explore the program. Content Studio is a content compositor on which you can overlay real-time data as well as import pictures and videos to make creative visual presentations for your Daktronics display. To access Content Studio, click the pencil icon in the top right corner of Display Studio. Notice there is no open file, and thus most of the options are unavailable. The hub in the upper left corner contains common functions including New, Open, Save, as well as a batch conversion tool and the options for Content Studio. If you click on the Content Studio Options button, a pop-up window will appear. From the Options window, you can change things like default time for the layouts, as well as filter inappropriate words from being saved into a presentation. It's important to note that this will only filter words that have been created using the text box and will not filter words that are part of an imported video or picture. For the purposes of this video, let's create a presentation for our display by selecting New. When creating a new file or opening an existing one in Content Studio, the New Presentation Wizard box will appear. Select Display. By selecting Display rather than Display Type, you will see a list of displays and windows that are set up on your system. Choose the sign that you're creating content for and click Next. Once a new file is set up, the screen will look similar to this. Along the top are basic function tabs that bring up several different options within the upper ribbon. The black box near the middle of the screen represents the display window and changes depending on which display you choose. The Home tab holds the basic options including layout, font, and paragraph properties. It's also the home for quick inserts such as text boxes and media items. Let's insert a picture into our layout. To do this, click on the Media Items button and click on Picture in the drop-down menu. A window will open from which you can browse to the file you want to insert into the presentation. When you find the image, select it and click Open. An image import page will open, giving you the ability to crop, stretch, and color correct the image you're importing. When you're finished making adjustments, click Import to place the image into the layout. Under the Insert tab, you'll find options for inserting a picture, video, text box, or real-time data such as time and date. Only systems that have a temperature sensor installed can use the temperature option. Let's insert the time of day into the presentation. To do this, click on the Time drop-down and choose from one of the formats. To move the time field around, simply click and drag the field to the location you want it. If you wish to change the size, use the font tools located under the Home tab. The Format tab contains fill colors, gradient options, borders, and alignment and layering options. Let's align the time field vertically within the presentation. To do this, click Align and then choose Center Vertically. Now let's add another layout to our presentation. A layout is a frame in which content can be placed. Each presentation can have multiple layouts, each with independently adjusted times. To insert another layout, click on the Home tab and click Add under the Layout section. The new layout will appear as a black frame. Let's add color to the layout by clicking on the Format tab. If you click a color, the background will change accordingly. If you'd like a specific color, such as an official sponsor or school color, you can click the bottom down arrow button in the Color window. Click More Colors and enter the RGB value of that specific color, then click OK. Now let's look at adding real-time data to the layout. Real-time data, or RTD, are fields such as statistics added to the presentation that are continuously updated from hardware such as the AllSport 5000 console or software such as DaxStats or StatCrew. Located on the left side of the screen is the Dynamic Data Library, which is used to place the real-time data on the layout. To begin adding real-time data to the layout, you will need to select the profile or sport as well as the source the data is coming from. For example, let's add RTD fields for Major League Baseball using DaxStats. Select the Baseball MLB DaxStats profile. Let's import current team names and team scores into the layout. To do this, open the Game in Progress folder. Click the desired fields and drag them onto the presentation. From here, you can format them by using the buttons in the Home tab. Multiple fields may be formatted at the same time by holding the Control key down on the keyboard and clicking both fields. RTD fields that are names or text will be left justified by default. RTD fields that are numbers or scores will be right justified. The View tab contains zoom buttons and preview controls. Notice these same controls are also located in the bottom right corner of the screen for easy access. You can use the preview controls to preview the presentation. However, RTD data will not appear in preview mode. You must also stop the preview before you can change or save the presentation. The timeline across the bottom shows a visual representation of the length of the project layout and all the elements that the layout contains. The timeline has a dedicated zoom bar to get a closer or a broader look at the timing of the elements. To edit the length of a layout, click on the Timeline tab at the bottom left side of the monitor. From here, you can adjust each element individually. If you wish, you can adjust all elements at once by holding down the Alt key and dragging the layout at the top of the timeline. The Layout Storyboard tab provides a different view of the layout. Adding multiple layouts to a single presentation creates the different frames or slides with content. The hourglass represents where a transition effect would be added if desired. Transitions between layouts are found under the Layout tab. You can hover over these to see a brief description of each one. You can also click the bottom down arrow button on the right-hand side to see all the different transitions available. Leaving a blank transition will produce a simple cut to the next layout. Be sure to save the presentation when you're done editing. This concludes the introduction to Content Studio. Continue to the next video for more information.